But I read a book. I don't know if you guys. I know I've recommended uh, Dan this book
Mm-hmm.
before, but I don't know if you guys. Relentless by Tim Grover. He
Yep.
was Michael Jordan's strength and conditioning coach in the '90s, and
Mhm.
it was a mindset book. For the most part, I think a lot of mindset books are bad, but I really, really like this one. And he talks about how people used to give him shit all the time because they're like, "Well, your job's easy. You get to train high level athletes all day
Mm-hmm.
as a personal trainer. So why is it hard?" And he's like, "No, no, no. It's easy to take a lazy slob off the couch and make him into a decent athlete.
Yeah.
It's hard to take a world class athlete and make him better. The margins are so much smaller
Mm-hmm.
than that." And that's kind of how I feel right now. Is like I've inherited this really successful business basically, and now the margins for the improvement are smaller, and so it's really on me to be creative
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm.
and make the gym already better than what it is. If the gym if I bought the gym and it was 20 members and it had only 20 members, and it'd be easy to get it to 50 members. It'd be easy to get it to 100 members. It'd be easy to get it to 150 members just by being a fun training environment. But now
Mm-hmm.
I need to get it to 200, 300, whatever. Um, like I said, it's for me, it's easy to take some from nothing to something, but it's really hard to take something that's already really good and make it better. And I'm sure you guys both experience that with your guys' art,
Yeah.
whether it's the
Mhm.
music or the physical art. It's like, you know, I feel like this song is really good, and I'm sure once you like, I'm sure I'm sure there's difficulties in creating something, whether you're starting with the track or starting with the page and then drawing it. But I'm sure the hardest part is towards the end, right? Of
Mm-hmm.
like trying to figure out how I can make this better.
Yeah, and
Well,
two
that
things.
and knowing
Yeah.
when and knowing when it's not, like when tampering with it's going to make it worse too.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's a
Like
big, yeah.
there's a ceiling with that stuff. Like complacency and apathy is very much a an enemy to creativity, but there's also a tendency to George Lucas something where you overproduce it and overthink it
Mm-hmm.
and all. So like it's somewhere in the middle. That tension is what creativity really is about. Is pushing yourself beyond, okay, this is good enough, but also reining yourself back and editing yourself to know that I'm not going to overdo this until it becomes
Yeah,
garbage.
and two things with that is like, first of all, like you didn't like just inherit something, like you earned it. Like you have the credentials to
True.
prove it. Um
That's fair too.
yeah, and
Good point.
I mean, I've watched your career with great interest. I mean, I've known you for like 15 years now, something ridiculous.
Yeah, that's wild.
Some
Thanks.
sad number. But no, we actually talked about that. I don't know if it was Josh and I or Steven and I about like, how the levels of art in particular or skill and people think. And it's like man, you got like the like you said the slob on the couch to the local guy who's good. That's a huge
Hmm.
gap. And
Hmm.
then people
Mm-hmm.
think that as you get higher up in the ranks that gap gets smaller, and it doesn't. Like when you
Mm-hmm.
get to the NFL or when you get to the NBA, there's a huge gap between the average NBA player and Jordan or Kobe
Hmm.
Bryant. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what's so crazy. And not only is that gap huge, but like you said, it's dense and it's like
Hmm. Yeah.
unbelievably difficult to do
Yeah.
that. But in art as well, like for musicians and visual art, everything. Like, and I can imagine, especially because I mean, that's the thing is like you told me this. It's like when you go up a rank in a belt, like your rank as far as like how you are nationally ranked goes way down because it's
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, it's like okay, I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the
Whenever
top
you
brown belt, but now I'm the lowest black belt.
Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. Every time you enter into that new, every time you break that glass ceiling of new skill level, you're going to start really low, and you've got to like basically just take your licks to get any better at it.
Mm-hmm.
And see,
We've all
that's good for you though.
Yep.
That's a
100%. Yeah.
good thing because you've got two different kinds of people. You got people that look at that and realize, okay, there's somebody or a lot of somebodies who are dishearteningly better than I am at this thing, and I'm either gonna say, well, I give up. It's too
Mhm.
hard. I'm gonna give up. I'm garbage,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm gonna strive for better. And then there again,
Mhm.
it's that challenge. Challenge builds great creativity. It builds actual growth, And but a lot of people will run away from challenge. The second something gets difficult,
Well,
or even looks like
yeah,
it could be difficult,
and our
they run
culture,
the other way.
has taught that though, that you're sad or you're down because of challenges in life. When it's
Mhm.
it's the fact that you're not meeting challenges and you're not being challenged enough is why you have no pride in yourself and no joy. Is
Mhm.
because you're not going to
Well, and
bed super tired.